be sweeping them up tomorrow. Much better. You're watching me clip my nails. Well, that one didn't want to cut. Well, there's one back. Is that you, 03? Did it give you a notification this time? Who we got there? I'm big to just say it ain't working tonight. Yep. JJ, now you're second. I don't know who the first one is. They won't talk. They didn't hit the thumbs up. I guess just one of them stalkers in the background. Did you get notifications? I just tried this a minute ago and they said they didn't get notifications. It's gonna be one of these nights I'm fixing to just exit out and go to bed. That's right. Silver linings where you can get them, buddy. Hit the like button, you can be the first one to hit the like too. Thank you. You get to watch a video with Jim done. Ah, okay. Yeah, it kind of cut us off. We made a part 2 to it, but I couldn't retrieve it. He got pretty bummed out. And rightfully so, I understand. Oh, damn. Nope, he lives in Arkansas. He's from Ohio. He lived in Arkansas last 17, 20 years. Now, Stormy's from Arkansas, and he just moved there, down there where she lives. Yeah, he was pretty calm last night. Usually he's talking a lot faster than that and bouncing off the walls. He did good. He remained calm. Well, we got a third and fourth person. Maybe it sent out notifications late. Let's see if those two hit the like button. Did you see somebody gave me the thumbs down on that video? I hope you're one of them that hit the thumbs up. Some people ain't happy unless they're mad. Thank you. Well, I probably got a few years on you. And it wasn't to my face or even on the phone. She left me a voicemail on the phone. That makes a lot of difference. Carlos, what's up? Did you get a notification that I went live? Evidently YouTube ain't sending out notifications. Old 3 was in here a while ago. This is the second time I tried it. He just happened to come in and check because he got notified of another video. Oh, I don't know if this one notified or not. JJ said he did not get notification. He might have left since you came in. I think he's scared of you. Oh. Maybe that thing for a few days. Huh. Yeah, it'll be a slow night tonight. Well, believe me, JJ, I used to be the other way. I had to learn patience and remaining calm. He's the one that gave it to me, literally. Did you get any sleep today, Carlos? You don't need to be going out there all tired out, brother. Right? Well, that'll give you something to listen to tonight going down the road. Oh, I made another one too. Called Pick the Right One. I think you'll like it. He did good. He really did. It got cut off at the end, just like yours and mine. But I didn't get to salvage it, save it. So we lost the second part. He was pretty tore up. Well, don't get me wrong. I'll give you a piece of my mind in a heartbeat. If all that had been in person today, it'd been a whole different ballgame. Even if it had been live on the phone, it would have been a different ballgame. And I don't melt and fall apart when somebody cusses. Not at all. But when you leave me a voicemail using the Lord's name in vain, that bothers me. And bothered my dispatcher too. And she did own up to it. He called her on it. She did own up. He said she tried to sugarcoat it. But she owned up to it, and he told her, you can't be doing that. We don't play that with it at this company, which is a good thing. Okay. That's what 03 and JJ was saying. They got notifications of videos. Bobby, what's up? Y'all hit that like button for me up there. 3 of you did. Thank you. There's still 3 that did not. There, 4th. Thank you. Well, sometimes one brings on the other. Well, I made it back to the yard. I'm up here at the Love's across the street from the yard. Roger, what's going on, brother? Don't think I've seen you in here before. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Oh, I'm sure I will. Normally I may get home. You know how it is. Uh-huh. He's like that. You gotta watch JJ. They have Driver Appreciation Day tomorrow at the yard. Peterbilt's gonna come up and cook some cheap hamburgers and some hot dogs. Give away some shirts and hats. I have no desire to hang around for it. Right now they do not have me under a load. So I assume Webb ain't put nothing out yet. Yes, JJ, you even type crooked. Well, Carlos is the troublemaker. That's a given. If they had it at a decent time of day, maybe. Well, to them it is. They do it at lunchtime. Lunchtime, I want to be halfway home. Or getting damn close to it. Chase, what's up? Yep. Praise God all the time. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to a live feed. It ain't going all bad. Done made a video and now doing a live stream. It ain't all bad. Carlos, I would like to see some feedback from you or a comment from you on that Right One video. The man asked a legitimate question and I gave him an honest answer. Oh. Let's see what you have to say about it. Well, cool, Chase. Jim Dunn, JIMDUNN. When I typed it in, I got a whole bunch of stuff last night and never did find his myself. Thank you, Carlos. Jace, when you get it going, let me know. We'll subscribe to each other and you might get a few people on mine. Any ideas what you're doing tonight, Carlos? Yeah, it should be. Yeah. We all fall away periodically. Oh, cool. Oh, Grain, what's up? Carlos should have came up yesterday. Jim should have came up tonight. But another video I made should have came up tonight. Yeah, Carlos was up yesterday because he commented on it. Oh boy. They both sound heavy. Yeah. They want you to tickle their ears, brother. But remember what the good Lord said. If they hate you, they hated me first. Carlos is home every day, bro. Right? Well, cool. Christian Association put him on you. Yeah, I doubt if Carlos even got a sleeper on his truck. He's probably got a tent. No, they ain't. Tents and sleeping bags hard on old man anymore. Roger, after you come in a couple times, we'll start picking on you. You gotta be careful. Yeah, cool. Did you tell him about my channel? Y'all need to help spread the word about my channel now. No, that closet the wife lets you sleep in isn't counted as a sleeper. What's up, Big Daddy? I knew a Big Daddy used to drive for Buell. That wouldn't happen to be you, is it? Oh, I don't tell them kind of stories, Bobby. My channel, you can get a little bit of the word, you can get some trucking information, a little politics, a little this, that, and other. You just got to watch the crowd that I hang out with. JJ and Carlos, oh, they're the worst of the lot, I think. Yeah, there's a story about that Big Daddy. My wife used to ride with me when I was over there with them. Well, I would too, Carlos. Well, share it onto my Facebook. Simple Living with Papa Joe. I got a Facebook channel, or page, whatever they want to call it. See if it'll let you share it over there. Okay, well, cool, whole grain. And y'all don't mind JJ and Carlos, they're cousins. They just don't admit it. The Big Daddy with Buell, the wife used to ride with me. She's kind of bashful and shy. We used to run from Morgan, east to west coast. And we got running together a couple of times. And one particular time, we're coming across 90. And I jumped out in the hammer lane. I was going to come around him. And he let off the throttle a little bit, and he gets right there pacing us. So his driver's door's right there with the wife. He just yanked his shirt up and flashed the wife. And the wife, she grabbed her shirt and pretended like she was, because she wasn't. That just ain't her. But boy, you talk about him hitting the brakes. We rode him forever about that. But it was all good fun. Well, what you got to remember is whichever one of you takes second place, I'm still first place, and the second place is only the first loser. So, oh me, oh my, it's gonna be a long night. 8 people and 6 likes. What's up with that? Well, watch a bunch of my videos there. Whole grain. I don't pull no punches. Now, on some of the daily updates, you'll see where trucking was not being a good day. Who, me? Do I love trucking? I'm so burned out on trucking, it's pitiful. If Carlos or JJ would win the lottery and share their money with me, I'd be out of this truck so fast. Well, cool. Do a binge watch, my friend. Do a binge watch. Uh-huh. Well, Chase, it's all a matter of opinion and likes and dislikes. I know people that have been out here for 30, 35 years and they still just love it. My dad was one of them. If they would have let him, he would have drove until the day he died. But his health took him out of the truck. Well, that hunting and fishing, that's going to become a rare commodity when you start trucking. Well, that's true enough what Carlos is telling you. If you want to get a taste of it, you need to do it while you're young. So if you don't like it, you can back out in the next couple of years and you're still young enough to get another career going. I try to be Roger. I try to just be me. Well, that's cool, old Grank. I'm about to kill my neck leaning up there scrolling. I don't know why it thing quit scrolling. Oh, me, oh my. Well, Jace, you need to go watch some of my Christian videos. Go to the playlist and look for Simple Word of God. Oh, Carlos has been checking them out here of late. One day we might try to do a conference call and do a video just talking about the Word. Might be all three of us, who knows? Uh-huh. JJ, you just dream of being me. That's good, Carlos. Evening, Christopher. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Welcome. Glad you joined us. Lebanon, Tennessee. I used to haul boats out of there. JJ, it ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. Dave Ramsey's national-wide. Brandon, what's up? I can tell it's coming through in your messages. I can hear you all stuffed up, man. Are you driving or is Mama driving? No, you was heading home, weren't you? You had to go down to Florida. Hopefully this hurricane don't affect all that stuff. Uh-huh. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them, Christopher. Oh, Grandma, actually, she's a little upset earlier. We have snake issues. And we done lost one of her fur babies to a water moccasin. And she's out there on the patio today. And she found another one, about a foot long, she said, as big as her little finger. Or as big as her finger, didn't say which one. She did finally get it killed. It went up and hid under one of the plants. We've got potted plants. If you go watch Simple Farming, you'll see the patio we did. I told her to get the water hose and put that jet nozzle on it. Flush his butt out from underneath there. We got a big copper pot that's sitting on 3 bricks. I said, just have that shovel handy, and that's what she did. She killed him. Grandma don't do snakes well. They don't stand a chance. If he wasn't on the patio on concrete, she'd been breaking her gun out and shooting that little rascal. But she was better after it was dead and across the fence. Mess with her fur babies. I didn't join at the time the 100B didn't seem right to me. What are you talking about, Chase? You lost me. Oh, okay. That's right, Carlos. No, she killed it with a shovel. She didn't want to shoot on that concrete. Bad stuff happens when you shoot downward at concrete. Out in California. Okay. Right, I gotta agree, Brandon. And it's legal out there in some places. Oh, it ain't never too soon. It should have came in today, didn't it? I thought it was supposed to make landfall like today or tonight. Little Joe, he went to the grocery store when we was on the phone a while ago. He said, old boy came out, he had his cart plumb full of Bud Light. Oh. Right? Yeah, I picked up at too many of them nurseries. I don't like that. The trees ain't as bad, but they'll stack them suckers in 2 or 3 layers. You go getting a bunch of them little bitty ones, oh man, shrubbery. I got stories I can tell about them at Kmart, thank you very much. I kicked the first float, it had about 6 drops on it. I kicked the first off. Yeah, he sounded professional. That was my editing. You notice I had to edit him a bit. But anyway, I was about halfway back through the trailer and got to this next Kmart. They sent one old man out there. And I said, I need some help. Well, he commenced to telling me that it was my job to tailgate that stuff. That's what the bill of lading said. And he went to get his supervisor, because that's Croc, I need help. That's back when I was still a hothead. This woman came out there and she informed me that that was my job, and if I didn't like it, I'd need to get another job. I said, gotcha. She said, he's gonna go get some pallets and he's gonna set them in the back of your trailer, and you will put them on them pallets, sort them out a whole bit. I said, gotcha. She left, he left to go get pallets. When he came back, the back of that trailer was plumb filled up. He couldn't get the pallets in there. He commenced telling me I need to move, so he put pallets in there. I said, ain't happening. My job's to tailgate. He went and got this woman again, and here she comes out there. And she gonna try telling me what I'm gonna do again, in case I didn't understand. And I told her the bills of lading says the driver tailgates. To put them on them pallets and sort them out is your job. You don't like your job? I guess you ought to get another one. And get your stuff off my truck. It's at the back. Oh, she didn't like me. All of a sudden, they came up with about 6 people to come out there and start unloading them plants and get them sorted out. I said, ain't this amazing? See, now if you go watch my video about assuming authority, she was assuming authority over me. That's a no-no. That don't go well. Well, I wasn't so old then, but that was, oh Lordy, I guess that was almost 15 years ago now. But I have problems with people assuming authority and trying to boss me around. Oh, you better watch it, Brandon. Your mama gonna have to take shifts. No, just his. Make sure mama gets out the passenger door. She's okay. So, you know, put a little bit on his doorstep. Well, whole grain, that's a big problem out here, dude. It's no matter what label you want to put on it. But like if you listen to mine and Carlos's phone interview, we was talking about stuff like that. You get out here and everybody thinks that they can boss you around. You ain't nothing but a peon to them. Right down to the guy on the dock. Everyone thinks they can boss you around. No, you can't. I have to be a grown-up, and you just, nah, don't get me started. He would, Brandon. He'd like that. Yeah, you call them bullies too. Been there and done that, Carlos. Keebler, what's going on, brother? Don't recall seeing you in here before. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, tailgating is not what you're thinking of, going to the football games. Tailgating means the driver has to move it to the back. You know what I was talking about on my regular loads I have to unload? I have to get it to the back of the trailer for them. That's tailgating. Brandon, you know better. Behave. Well, that's a rarity, whole grain. If y'all show them respect, we'll use that. Actually, we did used to barbecue at the truck stops. That was quite common back in the day. Before everybody was setting up in their truck looking at their smartphone, we would actually get out and visit with each other and have a little camaraderie and a little fellowship with each other, and everybody would chip in. I used to carry my own barbecue. So did my buddy Pork Chop. Yeah, that was the days. Might even crack a beer open. Why, tailgating is not sin, and it is not breaking the law. No, it's tailgating breaking the law. I might just sneak out while you're gone. Well, Brandon, he's got you trained right, brother. They were great, weren't they? Cell phones ruined a lot of stuff out here. See, all the years I've been out here, I ain't had nothing like that, Chase. You have anger issues. Talk to the Lord. He'll take them away. I had mine, and He took them away. Right? Oh, that ain't no lie, Brandon. But the fun came when you had the reefer units there. You could keep everything cold in the unit. Flatbed would back up there beside you. Would be all strode out between them, sitting on the flatbed shooting a bull. Have seen it all the way to where somebody had horseshoes. Oh yeah, we used to have a little fun. Making a grocery run. Who wants to donate in? Well, people start throwing money at them. Yep. If you got all them issues, you need to listen to mine and Carlos's video. We was talking about them anger issues. Well, don't go into city neighborhoods. And normally you can call your shipper or receiver and talk to them and find out if that's a good place to stay or not. And most of them will be honest with you and tell you, no, you don't want to spend the night here, or yeah, come on in. We ain't never had no problem. People sleep here all the time. That is exactly why I haven't had any issues. I'm very aware of my surroundings. I have videos on that stuff. Y'all need to go binge watch some of my videos about trucking. I ain't got a clue what EMF pollution is. Carlos, don't start lying. You ain't never been innocent or wholesome. That's about how I am, Brandon. I lived a very rough childhood. Rough enough, that's why I went in the Marine Corps. I wanted to get meaner. It worked. Okay. I know what an EMF is. And that is something that we have to be concerned with. Well, I'm sitting at that Love's now. It's a little bit of both. We are expanding. He is constantly, slowly growing. He gets in trucks 2 or 3 times a year, so he's always trying to fill them. But we're more an old school trucking company. They want people that can do their job and not need a babysitter. If you're one of these modern day drivers that can't think, can't trip plan, can't just go do your job, then you won't make it here. And so we have gone through a few drivers. And you also have to work a little bit, not only drive. We do have some freight that we have to tailgate, brake drums. They average 2,000 pounds a pallet, and you have to get them to the back of the truck at certain customers. And some of them, they just, oh my God, I got to really work. That ain't good. I hired on to drive a truck. Well, you better go drive for Swift then. So, for me, I love it. It's like I said, I've been out here over 25 years. This is one of the better companies I've ever drove for. There's bad in every company. There is not a perfect company. It's kind of like picking out a church. You'll never find a perfect church. You have to figure out if you can live with the things that you disagree with. Same thing with trucking. You have to figure out if you can live with the things you disagree with. And over here, I can deal with it. It gets me home every weekend. They keep me regional. They created a spot for me because I was ready to leave, and they created this slot that I'm filling now. For an old school trucker that knows how to work and knows how to truck, damn good company. All right, Oakland Port. Never been there. Don't want to go. That would not surprise me, Brandon. All of Oakland is seedy. That whole area is bad in my opinion. That's the new offices that they're building. That's our yard back behind it. That's our trucks, that's our shop, and his old office. They're building this new office up front. Right? I tell you what, I talked to some of them, and their company's telling them where to fuel, when to fuel, what route to take, and all this stuff. That just blows me away. They have literally taken any thinking out of it. And then look at your trucks. These trucks are so computerized, it's ridiculous. Pretty soon they'll put monkeys in here. Matter of fact, I've seen a couple I think might have qualified. Yeah, I hear you, Keebler. Hell, with a name like Keebler, I figured you drove for Little Debbie. No, he won't make a super Swift driver, just a Swift driver. That's the difference. The Super Swift's got that big S on their sleeper. If you're just a Swift driver, you don't have that. Nanny company means they want to micromanage you. They want to control everything and you don't need to even think, driver. Just do what we tell you to do. That's what it means by nanny company. Tyson used to be a good company. Kind of like Walmart. Walmart trucking used to be a damn good company. They've gotten too big, and the ones that started it, that was a good company, they've gotten old and retired, died, whatever, and the younger generations are moving up that chain, and they're all about the money. They don't care about the driver. How can we make more money? And usually when they want to make more money, it's at the driver's expense. That's a fact, folks. Yep. Oh, you're getting all them sensors, the lane departure and the collision of... Larry tried that here, and he found out it didn't work. For one thing, he was losing good drivers over it, and secondly, the stuff was set up too sensitive. So the trucks he's ordering now do not have it. Yep, that's it, Hograin. They expect the computers and someone else to make your decisions for you. Don't get me started, Brandon. Well, actually, money is the root of sin. Money is not sinful. The love of it is, but that goes with anything. Anything. That's what people don't understand about where God gets jealous of idols. They think that are worshiping other gods. He says it both ways in the Word. And people think that literally means worshiping a little stone statue or another figurative god. No, what it's really meaning is anything that you put before God. Whether it's the fishing that someone was talking about earlier. Whether it's if you're into antique cars and going to car shows and stuff. Anything that you put before God. Now you can still do this stuff and be a godly man as long as God has always got to be first in your life. And people have trouble with that. I hear you, Brandon. Better be careful. Hillary's friends disappear. Yeah, I know someone else that was driving for a company like that, Keebler, where the Qualcomm was telling on them. And what they was telling me is that the speed limit would actually be higher. But the Qualcomm and the GPS thought it was still 65. They didn't realize that it had been moved up to 70. So it's sending these notes into and getting them in trouble, and they really weren't speeding. I tell you, I'm glad my career's coming to an end. A few more years. Really? See, I knew they had that stuff for license plates and all that. I didn't know they had it now where it could read speed limit signs. That's crazy. I'd be in trouble all the time. I never went nowhere, JJ. Brandon, I hear you. Well, your church out here is going to be a little different for you too, Chase. If you're thinking of coming out, yeah, I will. It ain't a matter of quitting, it's a matter of retiring. Besides, I got to create 3 jobs for modern day truckers. It's going to take 3 of them to replace me. Cool. Yeah, Brandon, can you see them getting me and you and Carlos in there for coaching at one time? I'm about like this moron we got for a safety guy. Oops, did I say that out loud? He came from J.B. Hunt. And I literally heard him with my own little ears. He said that he thought trucks were not built to go over 70 miles an hour. I thought I was going to die. I'm like, dude, you ought to be glad you didn't ride with me back in my outlaw days. Because I can prove to you they'll go well over 70, and they did a fine job of it. Get him up one of them old W9s and gouge on it. Listen to them old pipes sing their song all night. Yeah, buddy. Well, you ain't gonna have a choice, whole grain. Yep, you'll be a modern driver. Nope, you're wrong, JJ. Yeah, exactly, Keebler. And everybody at our company is so tired of hearing him quote J.B. Hunt. And he'll quote J.B. Hunt policy and try to convince some of us that that's the law. And I'll argue with him. I'll argue with anybody. I stood in the office and went off on a dispatcher that was trying to quote some laws to me. Is a truck driver turned dispatcher. First off, he didn't need to be in my conversation with the general manager. And secondly, he damn sure didn't need to go quoting me nonsense that was wrong. And I let him know quick, fast, in a hurry that, oh, hell no. Don't go telling me you're made up nonsense. Save that for them rookies you got. I have a bit of a tongue on me, people. That's a fact, Carlos. Church is in your heart. We, the people, are the church, not the building. That's what I'm saying, Brandon. I had them true large cars. That's a fact. I'm keeping the cigarette companies in work. I don't have a clue, Keebler. I don't carry one. Yeah, they are, Brandon. That's what I try to tell people, and I've told them in the videos. You know, you're going to be going through your orientation, and safety's going to tell you, oh, don't let the dispatchers push you and blah, blah, blah. And it's harder for them to push it now with ELDs, but me and you go back to paper. And, and then when the dispatch does start trying to push you and you call safety, they don't do a damn thing. So now you got dispatches trying to get you to break the law and do whatever it takes to get their load delivered. And then you got safety over here watching you with a magnifying glass. And you're just caught in the middle. That was a game we all played for so many years. These people here, they know me pretty good. I'm going on 3 years with them. They know me pretty good. I'm old, I'm tired, I'm grumpy, and I truck my way, which happens to go good for them. And don't even bother to ask me to break no laws. I ain't doing it. And I told them, when they told me they had ELDs, I said, good, I'm ready to slow down. And I still one of the faster drivers or more productive drivers in the company, and I think I've slowed down. And they think I'm doing something. I'm like, are you kidding me? I ain't even driving 70 hours a week. Well, whole grain, it's all a definition of breaking the law. Sometimes you're going to be forced to, regardless. There's a such thing as you get to like a Walmart, and you get to a Walmart, one local police drive by, they're good in this little town. They monitor and watch. You get to a Walmart and you run out of hours of service, so you have no hours left to drive, and now you have to do something. And what most companies are doing now are letting you log on to personal conveyance, which is still technically illegal, but it's one of them gray areas. So now you go on personal conveyance because Walmart ain't going to let you stay there at their place, so you got to go find a place to park up. So once in a while, yeah, you will break the law. You can't say you're not going to come out and break it. It will happen to you. It might not be because you want to, but it will happen. Well, that's what I tell them, Brandon. Someone asked me last night or not before. They said, how many miles have you driven straight without stopping? I said, you wouldn't believe me. It's one of them things that if I told you, you'd say, you can't do that. I love it when they tell me that. Oh, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. We did it. Had the t-shirts and burnt the t-shirts. We did it. They ain't got a clue. Then they say that, oh, I wish that we had the old school trucking. No, you don't. The ones I see out here nowadays, they couldn't handle it. Yep, that's a fact, Brandon. See, now I got lucky there. Uh, I was ready to slow down. I was so tired of running so hard. And I went with a company and they told me they had ELDs before it was mandatory. And I was like, well, good. Now, I'd max that rascal out all the time. And like I said, to me, I was slowing down. On ELD, where it keeps you legal, that ain't trucking. That's the easy life. Yep. Yeah. I take it easy all the time now. Dadgum, we're over an hour already. Carlos fixing to have to go to work. It's after 9 his time. I've never had to use it. No, I've been lucky, but I know some of our drivers have. No, Chase, you're wrong, buddy. Uh, it ain't a matter of obeying all the laws of every state. All the common laws, all the general laws of trucking are the same everywhere. That's why we are federally, what I want to call it. We got the Federal Motor Carriers Association that sets up all the rules. The only thing that's different by state or city is some of the routes that you can take. But some cities don't let you drive to them. You have to go around the bypass, the truck route. Some of the parking laws, they don't allow you to park on parking lots or on streets. Speed limits. Some of your bridge law stuff that you'll learn about. But all your basic laws are the same everywhere. The other stuff that changes per state is pretty much common sense stuff. So, it ain't really hard at all. Yep, that's a fact, Brandon. No, I'm running less miles. I'm running a lot less miles. I might be running just a little over half the miles that I was running when Brandon was talking about. Back then, which once again, modern drivers tell you can't do it. If I got less than 4,000 miles a week, I was mad. I averaged 5,000 miles a week and was known to get 6,000 miles a week, which people nowadays would say, oh, you can't do that. That can't be done. Yes, it can. Been there, done that. Nowadays, I average close to 3,000 miles a week. And I'm making good enough money. I'm home every weekend. Yeah, I get tired. Y'all hear me. But, what job do you work the same job constantly every day and not get tired? Yeah, I get bored behind this wheel. There's not a whole lot to see out here that I ain't seen. It's kind of like the tool maker. He was getting bored with his job, looking at the same stuff every day. Look at the secretary. They get tired of looking at the same stuff We all get tired of our jobs. If it was supposed to be fun, we would call it playing, not working. So yeah, I get tired and all that, but it ain't like I used to run. See, and that's it, Keebler. You're right. Not hard when the freight's there. In this company, they keep us moving. The stuff that kills me is sitting around. That 3 hours and 15 minutes at the shipper today, that was hard on me. That's what made me tired today. Back in the day, having to get in line and make that phone call every hour, that got old. But just sitting around for 34 hours nowadays and whatnot, that's just as bad on me. I'm still sitting. I'm out here for the financing, not the romancing. Well, there you go. Exactly, Brandon. And if you watch my older videos, you hear me tell them the first 5 years, it's fun. It's a blast. The next 5 years, it's okay. The next 5 years, which is putting you up at going into your 15 years, now it's starting to get old and it's a job. When you get to be 20 plus years, it's a effing job. Exactly, Keebler. And that's like what I was talking about today if you watch the videos. You know, they're always on the driver about his hours and stuff. Trying to holler that we're just greedy, trying to make all this extra money. No, we're just trying to make an honest living. And Walmart with their 4 hour unload, and now Cisco where you're talking about 7 to 8 hour, and all the food places, the grocery place, they're all the same way. That's who they need to crack down on. No, I don't have a solution for them, but I can tell them where the problem is. Oh, Green, you'd be surprised how many of us out here do have college. I know for a fact me and Carlos both got college under our belt. I might not talk like it, but I do. Well, my son is getting his master's. He'll graduate with his master's in December. And December 15th actually is when the ceremony is. But now he used his GI Bill and all kinds of stuff like that to get where he's at, which he took out all the loans and stuff he could to survive. He's going to owe like $90,000 to get his master's. And they will get their money, I guarantee you. Well, my son don't have rich parents. So I guarantee you I ain't rich. I didn't help him. He did all of his on his own. Between school loans and working full time. Now, my boy worked for his, I guarantee you. Exactly, Brandon. Been there and seen them places. That's like I did a Walmart, and I was out in 2.5 hours, and I thought I'd done something. I was like, wow, it's an hour and a half early. What's up? Yep. Well, folks, it's going on midnight. I'm fixing to have to go to bed. Well, you do, old grain. I already see that. If you're coming into trucking, you're going to have to watch that attitude, just like Chase has got to watch that temper. You got to remember, I've said it many times in a lot of videos and everywhere else, everyone's allowed to have a bad day in the trucking industry except the truck driver. Now, I've seen some truck drivers do some really stupid stuff because of their temper and attitude. And all they're doing is hurting themselves. Go into that receiver and start running your mouth. Go ahead and talk all that smack and get mad and yell and carry on. Guess who's going to get loaded last? They have the power to adjust that loading list where you'll start watching trucks leave that came in after you. And you'll be saying, well, how'd he get loaded? Well, you went in there talking smack and they backed you up. So attitude and anger issues, or bad attitude I should say, does not mix well with trucking. Good night, Brandon. I'm fixing to go to bed too, brother. Ain't no need telling Carlos and JJ to be good. That's impossible. Yep, that's a fact, Keebler. I have been banned from a couple places. Not a problem, whole grain. Go bed and watch some of the trucking videos, man. I guarantee you what I tell you is the truth in them. So, and it give you a good idea. Roger, good night, brother. Appreciate you joining. JJ, everybody else, Chase, good night. Whole grain, good night. Carlos, good night. I'm glad everybody stopped in. Y'all remember, good Lord loves you, so do I. Y'all be careful tonight. Good night now.